You know, I find it really hard to sit here and think of the things I want to say to get my point across. You know, I was not hyped going into this show. I'm not gonna lie. I was not hyped of going into AEW and just seeing no crowd, nobody in sight. I literally visualized AEW Dynamite being exactly like WWE. No crowd, literally just empty seats, empty arena, and that was it. But tonight, they did things that WWE should have done. They did things that Raw and SmackDown should have done. They were able to utilize everything to their potential, and any chance they got, they were able to change it around and make things look a bit better. They changed up the set, they changed up how they presented the show. Everything felt just better, especially in this environment. If when people were talking about how WWE is, they're trying to distract you. You know, they're the best distraction of what's going on with the Rona going on around. No. I refuse. You see, I ranted Monday night. About how WWE on Raw went about things the wrong way. You had one match. You had a whole recap of the Royal Rumble for 1 whole hour and plus minutes. That Rumble match, I didn't know it was that long. But they went about things the wrong way in my eyes. And now, I don't like what's going to happen with WWE in the next couple of weeks. But with AEW, no issue whatsoever. No problem. Not one issue. One bit. Because they did things tonight. I swear to God, I am not exaggerating. I swear to God when I say this. This show was just as good as, or nearly as good, without a crowd. Like, this show would have happened the way it did with a crowd, without a crowd. And I'm just sitting there like, why? Why can't World Wrestling Entertainment, why can't Vince and Dunn or try to do things like this? I understand. I'm like Vince. Me and Vince got something in common. We don't like the no crowd aspect of having a wrestling show. No crowd, it's just not gonna work. We understand each other on that. But you made the decision to have a show. You made the decision to have WrestleMania on April 4th and April 5th, Saturday and Sunday, 2-night event. A 2-day event for WrestleMania next month. And you have Gronk. You have Rob Gronkowski, a 3-time Super Bowl champ. Le Champion in football. Host WrestleMania. Now, when I saw the news, literally minutes before AEW went on the air, I was like, okay. Cool. WrestleMania being 2-day show. Nice. That just means that they wanted to do an 8-hour show, but they realized, oh shit, we ain't got a crowd, so we gotta split it up. Be like freaking Moses, part the seas, double. Instead of 1, we got 2. We got 2 shows instead of 1. So, with that being said, there's still an issue. Now, I'm gonna get to the review in a minute. There's still an issue. There is no crowd. No matter how many times people try to spin it around, try to think of it as like, oh, look at them, they're trying. I mean, I appreciate that they're trying. But at the same time, they could have easily, and I mean easily, they could have easily just move it back to a couple of months. That's all I'm saying. They could have moved it back to June, July, whatever. I get it. It's too close to SummerSlam, but come on. This is out of your hands. You could have easily moved. I'm gonna leave it be. I already said my thoughts about it. I'm gonna leave it be. So AEW Dynamite live in Jacksonville, Florida, in Daly's Place rather. The show started off with Cody cutting a cold promo, it was like they were pretty much acknowledging without even saying much about it, about what's going on with the real world, and then he went from that and then easily transitioned into the storyline between the Elite and the Inner Circle heading towards Blood and Guts / War Games. So I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, alright, I'm liking this so far. I'm like, is this what we're gonna do? Promos? I mean, I'm a promo guy. I love me some promos. Trust me. But I don't know how this is gonna work. But then they announced that they have matches on the show, live matches, no freaking recaps. No. Everything just felt so right. Kenny Omega just set it off best. Hit the pyro, hit the lights, and let's start Dynamite. Pyro went off, lights came on, music came on, and then everything just felt normal for a bit. And JR, Taz, and Excalibur on commentary, just giving it their all on this entire show. I commend AEW and the fact that they have things ready for next week. I'm already hyped. I'm sorry. I'm excited. How did AEW get me excited for a show without a crowd? It's beyond me. But you know what? In the end of the day, I'm hyped. I can't wait for it, and hopefully y'all can feel the same thing, because WWE went about it the wrong way. SmackDown was great, mainly because of Triple H and Michael Cole, their fuckery. That shit was great. But Raw literally set the tone of, yeah, that's what they're going to do from now on. We're going to have promos and cringy moments. And so some people, they like the Stone Cold stuff. I didn't. I just couldn't. I'm sorry. Stone Cold without a crowd just won't work. And when they acknowledge, when they acknowledge the crowd or not being there, like, give me a hell yeah, and then nobody's there, and then Byron Saxton with that god-awful hell yeah response. We started the show off with a great tag team match. We had the likes of Best Friends taking on the Lucha Bros. It was supposed to be a 6-man tag, but due to reasons, because of the Rona, we had to change things up. So, and then we also had MJF being interviewed by Tony Schiavone. At ringside, Tony Schiavone talks with MJF and asks him about tonight. MJF says he was offered money to wrestle, but he passed and let the mid-card talent entertain for the night because they need extra TV time, he says. And apparently, MJF and Shawn Spears were gambling, and Tony Schiavone's like, "Are you guys gambling?" And then MJF and Shawn Spears is like, "Wait, what did you just say?" And then Shawn Spears was like, "That's a dirty word! Don't you dare say that! That's a dirty word!" And then JF was like, "Hey, you want to get in this one, old man?" So Brandy Rhodes started to do ring announcing instead of Justin Roberts, because Justin Roberts was not at the show. Brandy Rhodes, or formerly known as Eden Styles in WWE. I don't know why they changed her name. I don't know. They're weird like that. It is what it is, right? She introduced everybody coming out. We had Sonny Kiss, Colt Cabana, Frankie Kazarian on one side. And I noticed this. I think I was the only one that pointed this out on Twitter. We had baby faces on one side of the Daily's Place, and then you have heels on the opposite side going towards the entrance. I was like, so I like that. You have heels on one side, baby faces on the other. I like that. I love that, AEW. You're making great moves, man. I'm telling you. So, Best Friends took on Lucha Bros. Great tag team match. Back and forth shots by Phoenix and Trent. Trent with standing double stomp, snapmare kick to the back of the head. Taylor tagged in. He flexes with Trent. MJF, low-key was a highlight of this show. Low-key. Just yelling out random shit. He yelled out, "Let's go, mask guys." Like, he was just saying, "Let's go, mask guys." I caught that instantly when he was chanting. He also yelled out, "Don't let the haters get to you. You're in shape. you're in great shape for Potato. I heard that too, and I'm like, this motherfucker. I can't with this guy. Camera cuts to Cassidy, who literally was just, chilling, King of Sloth style, as Excalibur would say, who may or may not be sleeping. Trent back in the ring, shoulder block on Phoenix. Camera keeps showing the wrestler watching the match. Gives at least some noise in the background, which I appreciate, so it's not just total silence, unlike WWE. Taylor went sent to the floor, double super kicks to Trent's head, covered 2 count. Pentagon gets in the ref's face for a moment, then lands a big chop to Trent's hamstrings, then lands under the big one. Spears and MJF enjoying some wine as they watch the match. Double team move, big splash on Trent. Phoenix drop kicks Taylor off the apron. Cassidy finally stands up and stares at Phoenix. Trent takes down Pentagon Jr. Phoenix drops Taylor, and all 4 guys are down and out. Back in the ring, Pentagon with a thrust kick to the face of Trent, cover for 2. So then, as the match went on, Taylor shoved Pentagon and Phoenix off the ramp, then distracts the ref. Trent holds the 2 opponents, and Cassidy does a no-handed splash on them. Back in the ring, Taylor with a package pile driver, cover 2. Best friends looking for strong 0. No luck. Referee distracted again. Pentagon with a nasty soccer ball kick to the nuts. Low blow to Trent. And then boots Chuck Taylor to the outside. And then package power driver with a double foot stomp combo for the win. Lucha Bros able to get the win. Miedo. Able to get the win. And then post-match, Tony talks with best friends after the match. Taylor did not appreciate that Trent, his best friend, got kicked in the nuts, and they both challenged him to a parking lot street fight to the Lucha Bros next week's show. And I appreciate that a lot. I'm actually curious to see how that's gonna play out. A parking lot street fight. I mean, I think what was the last time we had something like that? The closest thing I can think of is John Cena versus Eddie Guerrero in 2003. I think that might be the last one. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I don't know. Maybe Ric Flair, Randy Orton in 2009. I don't know. We had a fatal 4-way women's match between Penelope Ford, Hikaru Shida, Riho, and Chris Statlander. Yes, the alien chick. There we go. So we had a nice fatal 4-way match. Had a couple of breaks in, and in the end, Riho. By the end of the match, Riho tries to go for a snapdragon. Shida with a boot, then finds Riho's face. Ford then drops Shida. Statlander back in the ring and drops Ford. Boots Shida in the head, pancakes her, and then throws Riho down on Shida. Ford with his second rope, poison Rana on Statlander, which was magnifique. I loved that. I popped. I was like, oh shit! Like, it was incredible. I like that. Shida is right on Ford. Ford tries for a handspring cutter, gets kicked in the back. Shida with a Falcon Arrow, cover of 2 count. Shida with a running knee strike, able to put her down for the 1, 2, and the 3. Hikaru Shida is the number 1 contender for the women's title, and eventually will challenge Nyla Rose for that women's belt. I don't know when. Can they change the title? It looks so tiny. Tiny whiny. Okay, it needs to change. I really wish they could get a new championship. I think they're gonna stick with it for now, but eventually, maybe when Britt Baker wins the title, they might change it. I don't know. At ringside, Tony Schiavone talks with Cole Cabana, who's 2-0 in AEW. Cole Cabana said that he's scouting out the talent, the women's division looking good. And then Kip Sabian was like, you talking shit about me? I'm right here. Like, why are you talking shit? I'm right here. You got something to say? Say it to my face right now. And Cole Cabana's like, oh, come on. I'm doing an interview. Not the time. And then Kip said, no, you're talking that shit. I'm right here. Speak your shit. And then Cole's like, get out of here. And he slapped him on the face. And he said, get out of here. Like Like he was a child. Like when you smack a child after the child like doing some nonsense. He's like, get out of here. Get out of here, you rugrat. That's exactly how Coco Bandit treated Kip Sabian. Get out of here. Like, whoom. Get out of here. I love that. I fucking laughed my ass off when I saw that. Early in the show, or early in the day, Tony Schiavone spoke with Jon Moxley outside of Dating's place. I keep saying palace. It's place. Dating's place. He referenced that Moxley's not cleared to compete or be in the arena at all. Moxley said, I don't give a damn. I do what I want, whatever I want. Don't they understand that? And then instead of causing chaos, he's going to take a little drive to cool his mind a bit. And he said that he will see the Inner Circles very, very soon. Then we had the Jungle Jurassic Express taking on the Butcher and the Blade. I'm not going to lie, I kind of fade out during this match. I won't lie, y'all. In the end of the day, the Jurassic Express got the dub. MJF, I think he gave them money. I remember seeing this before I went away to do something. He gave them money. He gave them a little piece of change, and then he lost. And then they lost. It's like if you betted on something, like it was a horse race, and he betted on that horse, and the horses were the Butcher and the Blade, the Butcher and the Blade. One is a big man, the other's kinda lame. The bunny's looking nice, she kinda got head lice. The Butcher and the Blade, 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 Blade. If you know Pinky and the Brain, you should know what I'm saying. Anyways, the Butcher and the Blade did not beat the Jurassic Express. They were able to get the win. Evil Uno makes his way into the ring. He cuts a promo. Did I listen? Well, I was hearing him. I just didn't get any words. I didn't listen. I'm not gonna lie. And then SCU came out, and Daniels is like, look, there's no Exalted One. Stop the nonsense. Stop the bullshit. You're talking. Just stop it. There's no Exalted One. What are you talking about? And then Titantron goes on, and then you just hear some figure. You just hear a person talking in the background. First, they're using some voice changer thing, like it's fucking Scream, and like the ghost face has the voice thing, right? And then eventually his natural voice started to come out, wearing a nice white coat, and it turns out to be Brody Lee. Brody Lee is elite. It is official, and he is the Exalted One. Nice. I kind of thought Matt Hardy was going to be the Exalted One, but I'm actually interested to see where is this going to go with Brody Lee as the Exalted One. So, with that being said, he said something that I caught very, very quickly, and I loved it. I loved it a lot. So, he said, and I quote, he said this that I'll never forget. He said, Christopher Daniels, you are not the only out-of-touch old man that doesn't believe in me. You know who he's talking about. You know he's talking about that 75-year-old won't push WrestleMania to fucking June. That money-loving, money-grubbing Vince McMahon. You know he's talking about him. Ain't nobody else he's talking about. Ain't nobody else. Jeez. Okay? Oh, because you didn't do a southern accent. That's why. Oh, God. Sometimes, Vince, you hurt my head. You hurt me. But yeah, he said that. And then he ended up in the ring. And him, Uno, and Grayson, and the other two guys that joined in the Dark Order, they beat up SCU, and they were able to stand tall, and he walked away. That's what happened. I like that. So, at ringside, Tony Schiavone talking with Lance Archer, Jake Roberts. Tony asked, why are they here at ringside for 2 weeks in a row? Roberts says, Archer's not here to talk. Roberts says he gave Cody a warning, but Cody hasn't said a thing. Roberts continued that they don't play mind games. He understands Cody wanting to stay out of harm's way, but to ignore them completely? Roberts isn't okay with that. He tells Cody it's time for him to stand up and meet Archer. He says Cody had a chance to meet them, but now he's going to have to get Cody's attention. I could see Archer getting involved in Blood and Guts / War Games next week on Dynamite in Daily's place, unless Rona goes away by next week, but highly doubt it. Oh, damn it, it's going to be like week 2 of the Rona taking over. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. They show a vignette of Lance Archer at Murder Hawk Mansion beating the shit out of random dudes. Black guy, white guy, all these other dudes in around the ring. It was kind of like if it was Def Jam 5 for New York, where like, you know, where like there's some arenas where you have people chanting and be like, yeah, screaming and shit. It was kind of like that, but like the crowd was actually getting involved in the ring and trying to fight Archer. Even one big black dude who tried to muscle up and, you know, size up against Archer didn't work out, and he got messed up too. In the end of the day, the camera shot was good. I'm glad that they fucking filmed that before the Rona took place. Hell, for all we know, this could have been taped last week or the week before. I don't know. But in the end, they did it good. It ended off with a guy talking shit to Archer, saying, hey, fight me, you son bitch, or whatever. And after that, Archer took him and chokeslammed him onto the hood of a car, which looked a bit vicious. I was like, okay, he's a bit drunk. Go home. You're drunk. Go home. Enough. So, they announced next week it will be Wardlow versus Luchasaurus in a lumberjack match. And that will happen next week on Dynamite. And now, we have the main event. We have Hager, Santana, Ortiz with Sammy Guevara taking on Cody, Hangman Page, Matt Jackson, and Kenny Omega. I was about to say Arn Anderson, but Arn Anderson is with all of them. No, Cody, Hangman, and Matt Jackson were in the 6-man match. Omega and Anderson were on the outside. So we had the 6-man tag. Winner gets advantage for the Blood and Guts match. Pretty much what WWE would do, or even WCW back in the day would do with War Games, but now Blood and Guts, where you know, get the advantage. Obviously, where I think, let's see, I think like the first 2 participants will be from the same team instead of going back and forth. It'll be the same team, pretty much. So that match went on. Jericho was on commentary. Sammy Guevara tried to sing Judas. I honestly felt the entire AEW fan base around the world, global, I just felt everybody while watching it just singing Judas at the same time. I just felt that. I don't know why. I don't know if you felt that, but I felt that. That everybody was singing Judas at the same exact time. I don't know. That's just me. But, Guevara, he went extra with it. Even though the song was over, he kept singing. Taz was begging for him to stop. And Jericho's like, what do you mean? He's a sexy Spanish guy. What do you mean? He has a voice of an angel. Jericho putting over Guevara is just the funniest shit sometimes. Okay, it's just like, you don't get it, but you get it at the same time. It's weird. I don't know. But yeah, the match took place. A lot of commercial breaks. I think two commercial breaks in this match, rather. And then by the end of the match, Cody tried to go after. Cody he throws Ortiz into MJF. Wardlow chokes Cody. Arn tried to get involved by smacking Wardlow with his clipboard. Back in the ring, Matt hitting a trio of Northern Light suplexes, kind of like the Three Amigos. But Northern Light suplex version on Santana. He tries one on Hager. Nope, couldn't get it. Page gets in there. Page gets involved, and they hit a double suplex on Hager. Page and Matt go into try to go for Indy Taker, but Hager viciously yanks him off the damn ropes, face first on the apron. It looked nasty. I can't even front. Right? And then Santana with a tricky roll-up, and he was able to get Matt Jackson for the 1-2-3 victory roll for the 1-2-3, and the Inner Circle gets the advantage in the Blood and Guts. And then Jericho got the mic, says he's banning all fans from events until he says so. He doesn't care what's going on in the world. They are gone until he said so. Jericho taunts the Elite that they only have 4 guys while they have 5. Continues that the Elite doesn't stand a chance. He says the Inner Circle just wins. They haven't shown a crack as a group. Yeah, it's kind of true though. I mean, the Elite, they've hit each other with their finishing moves like many times before. They've made mistakes. Jericho kind of called them out on that. Keeps saying when it comes time for blood and guts, Jericho calling out Brandy and Dustin. A drone randomly flies in. It's Vanguard 1, and I'm just like, you don't. And then Matt Jackson's like, well, you see, I called it a friend. He said he owes me a favor. And then the second you hear music going off, and you just see they just turn the camera very, very good. They turn the camera, and Matt Hardy doing his pose, and he points at all the Inner Circle members. Delete, and they went off the air like that. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. AEW was able to make a show that good without a crowd. I don't know how, but they did it. The setup, the camera work, everything just felt right. Having wrestlers as fans outside the ring was just a good touch, and I enjoyed myself tonight. I don't know about y'all, and I think I'm going to end it there because nothing much for me to say. Dynamite was a good show this week. I can't. I hope they get a lot of viewers. I'm sure they are, because what else is there to watch on a Wednesday other than Big Brother? But then again, Big Brother is on before AEW. So, what do you want me to say? Hope you guys can enjoy on the new AEW Universe Mode channel. I think we're going to do AEW content exclusively on here. What do you guys think? Please leave your comments down below. Subscribe if you are new and you want that AEW content. And I'll see you guys next time. And I'm out. Later.